Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I can't believe it's almost been over a year since I touched this game, and I am so happy to finally keep playing because despite my, well, pretty frequent absences, I do love this game with a passion. It never left my mind, I didn't forget a single part of the story, and I promise this time I'll finish it. So without further ado, let's just get right into it. I can't wait. I love them so much. Oh my god. Okay, I think this is where we stopped. Yes. A deep rumble shook Noah and crowd to their very cause, but their previously stable footing quickly became unsteady. We gotta get out of here. Ah, shit, Ivan! Noah peered through the gate, searching for even a peek of his strange clothing and white hair, but he was nowhere in sight. Ivan, let's go! Silence followed. Ivan was nowhere to be seen. You better go now, before it's too late. What about you? Krau's smile was like the sunrise after a cold and windy night. Don't worry about me. You'll be okay. I'm always okay. But just come with me. I'll see you next time, Noah. Crow either couldn't or wouldn't answer Noah's begging. The last thing Noah saw before being pushed off the cloud and falling into nothingness was the melancholic expression on his face. Was it the look on his face, the expression in his eyes, the sound of his voice as he said he'd be okay? What was it that made Noah feel as if his chest was closing up on itself? That made him feel like he was losing yet another piece of himself? But before he had time to truly think on it, he hit the ground. His eyes slowly adjusted to the lack of light, but that wasn't all. In front of him, a painting was half complete. Mountains made of clouds and a cascading light that touched every corner. Noah raised his hand, which already held a brush instinctively. One stroke, then another, then a flurry of them. His eyes followed the place he had just been, yet also hadn't, where a familiar face had existed, even if only for a moment. The ache in Noah's heart didn't subside, even as his mind was occupied with his painting. When Noah had finally finished, the sun had already begun to peek over the horizon like a gentle but sad smile. Not that he could tell locked away in this cave he called his home. Noah set the paintbrush down and stared at his creation. He could almost feel the wind blowing his hair all over his face, the clouds beneath his feet. Both real sensations he had felt in a world he believed unreal. A world he still believed unreal, yet the words of a certain man named Crow still weighed heavily in his mind. Shaking his head, he stood from his place in front of his easel and walked into his kitchen. He steps into the darkened kitchen, where slow and drawn out. Noah's mind felt hazy, slightly dizzy from the lack of sleep. The room was still exactly the same as he had left it. He didn't have anyone to clean up after him anymore. And in a way, he had come to like the cluttered mess. It felt like a reflection of himself. With a drawn-out sigh, he wandered towards the fridge. Hand extended, he paused. Stuck at the front was a sticky note. I've paid your bills, Kane. A heavy feeling weighed down Noah's chest. After all this time, Kane was still there for him, even when he asked him not to be. With any thought of eating gone, Noah dug back through his unemptied trash can for his phone. As expected, Kane had called as well as left a message. But what was less expected was a text from an unknown number. He clicked into it. "Can we talk?" Noah stared at the number. Mr. Floyd? But no, the number was definitely different to the one he had texted earlier. There was only one logical explanation. Asher. Everyone wants to talk these days, huh? "Good morning, class." Oh no, it was a female teacher. Noah sat at his desk, his eyes lazily on his new teacher. It had barely been a few days, but he had already found himself comfortable enough in the class. His fingers tapped against the worn wooden desk. Sure, he was getting used to it, but that doesn't mean he was pleased. At least I can still see August at lunch. "I have some exciting news. We have a new student moving into the class." Again. Correction, 2 students. New students? 2 of them? That's crazy. Noah paused as he saw 2 shadows behind the door waiting to come in. "Come in, you 2. As the class visibly deflated, Noah nearly sprung out of his chair. 2 people, one with brown hair and another with blonde, walked airily into the room. "We won't bother with an introduction because you all probably know each other anyway. Kane and August are joining us from class 2-3. Make sure to give them a warm welcome." Noah blinked. Once, then again, then a few more times for good measure. The 2 walked into the classroom and took the spare desk, August on his left and Kane behind him. August, with the same smile that reminded Noah of a sunrise, waved discreetly to him. "Now, with that out of the way, let's get right into modern world history." Miss Rose, dressed impeccably, turned her back and lifted the whiteboard marker up, ready for the lesson to begin. With her back turned, Noah scribbled down a message on a ripped-out corner of his workbook that read, "I can't believe you managed this." He paused for a moment before adding in one of August's signature smiley faces with a nose. As inconspicuous as possible, Noah balled up the piece of scrap paper and tossed it towards August's desk, where it landed without a sound. August laid the note down on his desk, carefully straightening out the wrinkles. The corner of his mouth turned upwards as he read the message. Quickly, August opened his pencil case and dug around inside it a little before pulling out a pen and writing something on the other side of the paper. Noah, suddenly feeling shy, traced the shallow scratches on the surface of his desk with his fingertip. That was until a little ball of paper landed on his desk in return. "Oh, his handwriting is so cute!" No. Noah smiled at the neat writing, every letter perfectly placed and undeserving of such a scrappy bit of paper. Noah picked up his pencil again, quickly writing a reply under August's. "By the way, your handwriting is really..." Noah thought on the word. Cute? Neat? Sweet? Pretty, he decided on. His own handwriting was plain and simple. Neat, but with no frills. By comparisons, August seemed bright and cheery. Noah balled up the scrap of paper once again, ready to toss it back to August when Miss Rose turned around. "Something to share with the class, Noah?" Although her words were serious, Noah could still see a faint twinkle in her eyes, as if she understood that Noah was pleased to be back with his friends. "No, Miss Rose." Red in the face, Noah shoved the note back into his pocket, all the while burying his face back in his textbook. Miss Rose, unfazed, carried on with the class until the bell rang for lunch. Most of Noah's new classmates quickly shuffled out of the classroom, whether in a rush to get something from the cafeteria or a rush to get away from their schoolwork. August stretched out his shoulders and neck with a drawn-out sigh. Before Noah had a chance to move, Kane had already approached his desk with an award-winning grin. "How in the hell did you make this happen?" "Not bad, eh? Go on, praise me some more." "Don't push it, but seriously, how?" "It was no big deal." "Really? If this isn't a big deal to you, I would love to see what is." August settled up to stand beside Kane, the 2 of them laughing at their joke. Noah couldn't help but notice that the 2 seemed closer than before. "My mom organized it. I don't ask her for much, so she was happy to oblige, I guess. In the end, I think a complaint was lodged against Mr. Floyd. The principal let the 2 of us move to this class since our parents insisted." Noah kicked at the wooden floor, his foot gliding across the polished boards. He deserved it anyway. They should hurry up and fire him already. "Look, are you going to tell us what happened?" Noah winced. What could he say? He pretended to be my friend, but then told my parents everything I said. I trusted him. Just what could you have told him that would cause this kind of reaction? I'm not ready to tell anyone yet. Alright, fine. But I'm always here to talk to you, okay? Noah waved his hand dismissively. Yeah. Me too, you know, I'm always happy to listen. At some point, both August and Kane had pulled over their chairs and sat down. Thanks, August. Really. With a sigh, Kane dug around in his backpack, looking for something before presenting 2 almost matching lunch boxes. He slid one over the table to Noah, who looked at it in surprise over his flattened sandwich. What's this about? I was doing some cooking and I thought you could use a pick-me-up. Kane's famous cooking? Kane blushed a little, but was obviously enjoying the praise. It's nothing exciting, don't get your hopes up. Noah's stomach rumbled as he opened up the lunchbox and peered at the contents. The smell filled the room, making everyone's mouth water. It smells amazing! You know, Kane wants to be a chef when he's older. Come on, I'm not good enough to be a chef. Oh, shut up, you know you are. By the looks of it, I'd say you definitely are. I mean, if it tastes as good as it smells, I'll make through more then. Why? Wait, you can try some of mine. Really? Of course. Without a second thought, Noah raised the fork up towards August. Instantly, he recognized his mistake. What am I doing? But before he could move his hand, August took a bite. I used that fork first. It's almost... stop thinking, Noah. Delicious! You really are amazing, Kane. I want to try some too. You have your own lunchbox. I'm not sharing. Then I'll just bring one lunchbox next time. Oh wait, does this mean the sleepover's off the table? Looks like it, since my parents told me I'm not allowed to hang around August anymore. The room went silent. Kane and August's eyes locked in on Noah's face as the realization hit about what he just said. Shit. Why me in particular? I didn't mean to. It doesn't matter anyway. I'm going to hang out with you if I want to. Both of them still stared at him unwavering. My parents don't really like you. But I have never even met them. They met your dad. But why don't they like me? I guess they said something like you were too girly or something. I don't know. I don't care what they said. Oh. But I mean, they don't even know you, and like, even if you were... Noah instantly shut up. The warm smile he had come to know so well had fallen off August's face. Well, we can always have a sleepover another time. Kane laughed, but anyone could tell it was forced. The 3 sat in silence, finishing their lunches before the bells rang. August and Kane went back to their desks, leaving Noah alone with his thoughts. Fuck, I wish I didn't say anything. The rest of the class passed by in a slow, drawn-out blur. Noah's workbook was empty apart from messy doodles along the edge of his page. By the time he had looked up from packing his bag, August was long gone. It was the first time he had left without them. Noah swallowed, feeling a lump in his throat that he couldn't shake off. Should we go? Guess so. Don't take it too personally. It's not your fault. It is. I should have kept my mouth shut. Why would your parents say that anyway? I don't know. Look, let's go home. I have an idea, okay? You can leave it to me. Gentle sunlight fell through the canopy and onto the rocky mountain path, warming the 2 boys' faces as they walked silently. Noah stood slightly behind Kane, his eyes stuck to the ground. He couldn't think of anything to say, and by the looks of it, neither could Kane. His legs felt heavy, as if they were filled with lead, and his heart ached. Thanks, Kane. Noah reached out and took hold of Kane's sleeve, pulling the other boy to a stop. He halted abruptly. This is so painful. It's no problem. Anyway, I haven't done anything yet. No, thanks for always, being there. Where else would I be? Noah's eyes finally left the ground. On Kane's face was his classic charismatic grin, but his eyes were warm and kind. You're my best friend. You better not forget that. You wouldn't let me forget it even if I wanted to. I guess you're stuck with me. Guess so. Feeling a little brighter, the two continued their trek. Quietly, Kane's fingers traveled down to where Noah had held on just a moment before. Noah! Before his mother could get a word in edgewise, Noah retreated to his room and slammed the door, hard. His only wish was that he could lock it from the inside. A pointless act in itself, seeing as the door could be unlocked easily from the outside. Noah waited a moment with his ear to his door, waiting for the stomping of his mother coming to berate him for being so rude, but they never came. With a sigh, he sunk down to the ground, resting his back against the door. I'm an idiot. Maybe I can make up to him somehow. I could draw a picture of him. He does have that photo of me. Maybe that's too lame. With his mind still undecided, Noah stood from his wooden floor and made his way back to his desk, carefully stepping over the cushions that sat on the ground. Collapsing on his chair with a spin, he stared at his room. Furniture his parents chose, art on the walls that they had placed there. A picture-perfect showroom. But it never felt like his. It never felt like him. The only place that felt like home was here, at his desk, where his art books were. Where his art books were kept. Panic set in. Noah opened his drawers before jumping up to search through his backpack, but it was no use. He knew they weren't there. Where are they? A knock finally sounded at his door. Noah, your brother's home! His panic became a dread that settled in the bottom of his stomach, eating away at him. Their relationship had always been rocky at best. It was almost as if he was a walking target to his brother, an overachiever in almost every field. Come out and greet him! When Noah made no move to open the door, his mother did for him. Her arms were crossed over her chest, crinkling the dark silk. Where did my art books go? Noah's words were blunt and accusatory, but his mother just shook her head. Wherever you left them, Noah. Honestly, you should spend less time doodling and more studying. I study plenty. Someone's moved my books. No one's moved them. Someone has. Don't you raise your voice with me. I said no one's touched your books. Who would? You're the only one that cares about them. What's all this yelling about? A voice like the silk of their mother's shirt, smooth and slippery, came from down the hallway. Oh, Noah, happy to see me? Noah withdrew, his eyes wanting to settle on anything but his brother, but eventually he had no choice. With an emotionless voice he answered, Welcome home. His voice held a kind of charisma that many people had fallen for, despite the iciness that hid behind it. Have you seen my sketchbooks? Sketchbooks? You're still wasting time with that stuff? Let me think. Asher paced back and forth in mock thought. Oh, were those the books on your desk? Yes, did you see them? Oh, that's too bad. Dad told me to take out the trash, so I thought you wouldn't want them. What? There might be time to get them back, I guess. You. Noah, it was an honest mistake. You need to forgive your brother. It was no mistake. He did it on purpose. Noah, apologize. Fuck this. Her hand went to her mouth in shock. Where are they? In the bin outside? Oh no, let me show you. Don't worry, Mom. I'll help him get them back. You're a good boy, Asher. A better son to me than some. Whatever. The further his brother led them from their shared home, the more anxious Noah began to feel. Alright, this will do. All the charm had dropped out of his voice, replaced by a teasing sneer. He pointed further down the mountain. Down there, if you look real close, what can you see? The river. Bingo! Enjoy getting those back, loser! One moment he was there, the next he was gone. His hands that had balled into fists at his side tightened before he punched a tree hard. A line of blood dripped down his hand onto the bark. Fucking asshole! With no time left to waste, Noah sprang into a run, racing towards the river. If his heart hadn't already been broken by the day's events, now it truly had. Stuck on the rocks and weeds of the river were his sketchbooks. Stray pages drifted around, obviously ripped out by someone. Noah swallowed hard, not sure whether to shout or cry, before he kicked off his shoes and jumped into the mostly calm river to retrieve what he could. The water was cold, made even more so by the quietly setting sun. It easily came up to his thighs, ruining his once perfect uniform. He reached out, desperate to save anything salvageable, but already many of the stray pages dissolved in his hands into mush. Just when he felt like the tears would start, Noah heard a sound from behind him, the gentle splashes of someone joining him. August. This game is going so hard on me. What are you doing? I'm helping you get your books back. There's no point, they're just stupid drawings. August shook his head. They're not stupid. August slowly waded through the water until he stood across from Noah. You're getting all wet. A little water never hurt anyone. Something dripping with good looks. That's what someone said in a book I read once anyway. Silence stretched out between them as they collected the soggy art books, but instead of keeping his mind focused on the task, Noah couldn't help but stare at August, desperate for the words to fix everything. But there were no miracle words that could fix everything. They didn't exist. And so Noah defaulted to the only thing he could think to say. I'm sorry. It's fine, it's just water. No, I'm sorry about earlier. It's okay, it doesn't matter. It does matter. It matters a lot to me. Noah stumbled over his sudden outburst, but wasn't ready to stop yet. What they think is stupid. I don't care what they say about me, but I don't want them to say anything bad about you. I want to spend time with you. I want to hang out at school and outside of it too, so I will. If you want, that is. I don't want to cause a problem between you and your parents. It's okay if you don't want to hang out with me anymore. No matter what, I want to see you. August suddenly let out the breath he was holding, and a smile came back to his face. Phew, good, because I really wanted to stay friends. At some point, Noah's heart had begun to beat hard and fast. He bit his lip. I should tell him. I like you. Did your brother do this? How did you know? I saw you two arguing. Yeah, he hates me. So he ruined one of the only things I love. What an asshole. I know it doesn't make it better, but let's replace all of this together. I'm not really good at drawing, though. Yeah. Noah, where are you? Noah and August, with their arms filled with water-soaked books, quietly left the river. I should go. I don't want to get into more trouble. But I'll see you at school tomorrow, okay? Yeah, see you tomorrow. Just as August disappeared one way, his mother appeared from the other. What are you? Noah, you're soaked! I wonder who we can blame for that. You can't shift the blame for everything that happens in life, Noah. He did it. He threw all of my art books into the river, and now they're all ruined. I'm sure it was an accident. How? How could anyone accidentally do that? I'm not here to argue with you. You have a guest at home. And look at you. Your cheeks are all red. You're probably getting sick already. Noah frowned, the image of August beside him still stuck in his mind. Fine, I'm going home. All packed and ready to... Wow, what happened to your clothes? Long story. What are you talking about, though? Don't you remember? You're staying at my house to study for the test tomorrow. Test? Do we have a test? Right, the test. Let me go change and get my stuff. Only studying, yes? Yeah. Lovely. I'm so happy that someone like you would be friends with someone like my son. He can really depend on you. You flatter me, ma'am. Really, it's the other way around. What a good kid you are. Rolling his eyes, Noah quickly retrieved his things from his bedroom, packing a spare uniform and some pajamas. When he reappeared, Kane and his mother were still conversing kindly. From the sound of it, it mostly consisted of praise. I'm ready. Good. Well, it was nice talking to you, ma'am. We'll study extra hard tonight. Noah, make sure to not slow down dear Kane, right? Right, because I'm obviously an idiot. I won't. Kane went on ahead, holding open the front door for Noah before letting it fall shut behind them. Thanks, Kane. What exactly happened in the hours since I last saw you? It's a long story. Well, I have time to listen. Asher threw all of my art into the river. What? Why? Great question. I guess he just hates me. How would I know? Sorry I took so long then. I should have been there to help. Noah shook his head. You got me out of there. You're already the best friend I could have. Come on, I don't think they're looking out the window at us anymore. Kane took hold of Noah's wrist, leading him away from his parents' prying eyes. When he thought they had gone far enough, Kane circled back before coming to a stop somewhere Noah hadn't expected. His next-door neighbor's house. What's going on? We're having a sleepover at August's house. What? Does August know about this? He is about to. We can't just barge. Kane quickly pressed the doorbell. From further inside, a breezy tune carried through the house, followed by footsteps. Oh, damn, his father's pretty. Oh my god, this is almost a little embarrassing, but like... Yeah, his father is kinda pretty. Hello? The door swung open and standing in its place was a tall man with messy blonde hair and light blue eyes. Instantly, Noah recognized the man, despite never having met. His eyes held a deep kindness, and a smile played upon his lips. This could only be August's father. Oh, Kane, how wonderful to see you again. Noah looked towards Kane, flustered and curious, when he remembered that they had probably met when they were moving classes. The kind-looking man's eyes traveled from Kane to Noah. I'm Noah, and I live next door. Awkwardly, Noah pointed towards his house, careful to stay hidden from any peering eyes. Noah, I was wondering when we would finally meet. August talks about you all the time. He does? All lovely things, I assure you. You can call me Jasper, by the way. Anyway, what can I do for you two? We were wondering if we could see August. Of course you can. I'm sure he'd be thrilled to see his friends. August, you have guests. A moment later, a bespectacled face peered at them from behind his father. Noah, Kane, what are you two doing here? His face held genuine surprise, but he was obviously pleased with this development. Well, you see, we were wondering if we could sleep over tonight. August's surprised face morphed into a wide, bright smile as he turned his eyes towards his dad. In return, his father chuckled and nodded. You two are practically family already. You're welcome anytime. Come on, I'll show you my room. The moment the trio stepped into August's bedroom, both Kane and Noah could instantly tell it belonged to him. Unlike Noah's bedroom, this room felt like August, despite his family being here for only a short amount of time. This is my bedroom. I'll go and get us some drinks. Feel free to make yourself comfortable. Noah's eyes went from one thing to another. August's bed, made perfectly, his pillow where his head rested every night. Next to his desk was a big green leafy plant that made the room feel even more cozy. Noah eyed it up thinking. I would have killed it already. What's the opposite of a green thumb? Lastly, his eyes fell to the blonde's desk. Hanging on the wall above it was a small collection of Polaroids, some older than others. Is that you? He instantly looked away, his cheeks hot. Hanging on August's wall proudly was the photo he had taken of Noah from across their balconies. I didn't think he'd keep it. Shaking his head, Noah looked back at the other photos. Some were of August, some of his father, but one happened to stand out. It looked old and slightly faded, but well looked after. It showed a woman with kind green eyes, smiling at whoever was taking the photograph. That's my mom. My dad says I look just like her. This is the only photo I've seen of her though, so I can't really tell. You do look like her. August sat down 3 colas on his desk, admiring the photograph himself. Noah's voice dropped to a whisper. I didn't think you'd keep that. August looked back at Noah out of the corner of his eyes. The moonlight shone in from the window, illuminating his face. I told you, I look at it whenever I'm feeling lonely. I can't with them.